When I was 6, I named my Animal Crossing character Sex and couldn't change it back, so panicked. Went outside the next day and smashed the game card with a hammer. I had lived with this my whole life. Why would you name your Animal Crossing character off of a bad word? Now, I forgot to talk about this in the previous one, but I was kind of dumb when I was like a toddler too. I mean, when I was a toddler, I used to shit on the kitchen floors, but I don't do that anymore. I mean, I'm a big boy. Anyways, my son just told me that he loves the new toy trucks they got at daycare. They are his toy trucks. We donated them because he refused to play with them. Thank you for your service, Slay! My sister take her kids' Nintendo Switch away at night, so the kids made a fake Switch and tried to swipe the real one and put the fake in its place. He wasn't allowed to electrocute himself. My 4-year-old daughter tried to jam me up today. Kid, Mommy, why does your bra in Daddy's car? Me, what? The missus hit me with a killer side eye. She ain't been in my car in weeks. Ain't no bra in my car, kid. Yaha. Cup finger with straps. We all go to garage and look in car. My 11-year-old nephew gets a 69 hit combo in a shooter we're playing. Nephew, hey, 69, nice. Me, dot dot dot. Nephew, explaining to me like I'm an idiot. The number 69 is a meme and nobody knows why. Shaved my beard off for the first time in like 10 years. My kids were super excited about it. The kids don't look super excited to me. I gave a little kid some frozen yogurt today at work, and his mom says, "Okay, what do you say?" And he looks me dead in the eyes and says, "I love you." Bro, you say thank you. Wrangled all the seats, put off the minivan, got 30 seconds into my vacuuming when suddenly it shuts off and the kid starts crying. Kid was fine, by the way. I dropped the toilet paper in the toilet, but then I washed it. We can't find my 6-year-old's glasses. Today we asked him where they are. He said, and I quote, "I threw them in the garbage yesterday. The lenses were dirty. $400 equals see ya." Someone ate all the muffins. It was ham. Do women have to be naked to get into the Met Dot Museum? Bro, that is disgusting. Oh my god, I forgot to say pictures of girls being naked. Oh my god. Apparently, my 9-year-old nephew wanted permission to make a Facebook account, and my sister was like, "No, you're 9." And then he figured out how to make one behind her back and got caught immediately when he sent her a friend request. Not so smart, isn't it? When I was a kid, my parents had an electric stapler, and one day I put my hand in it to see if it could. How do you pronounce that? Between paper and hands? It couldn't. That must have been so painful, bro. I just want everyone to know that my 2-year-old insisted on being pants for Halloween. At least it's kinda cute. Oh, wait. My 3-year-old calls Flonase mommy special nose medicine, and now my neighbor thinks I do cocaine. I wouldn't let him get a tattoo. Tattoos are extremely painful. Oh, and also they're permanent. So my 4-year-old nephew asked me to draw him Harry Potter. He then excitedly shouted, "I'll do the legs." Not gonna lie, that kind of reminds me of Battle for Dream Island. When I was a kid, I asked my parents what the word pedophile meant, and they told me pedophiles are people who like children. So the next day, when I went to school, I kept bragging about my parents being pedophiles. Just found out that my son has been telling people I got laid instead of laid off. So there's that laughing emoji. Remembering when I was 7 and found out that showers instead of baths saved water, so then filled the bath up with the shower head to save my parents money. LeMayo. When I was young and I'd go to bed, I would stare at the ceiling until I passed out. I was 9 years old when I found out about closing your eyes to go to sleep. When me and my brother were kids, we didn't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So we just made up our own rules, when included the rule where we both had to stick a strip of duct tape to each eyebrow, and whenever you lost, you had to rip them off. Wouldn't you have to rip off the duct tape even if you won? It's still on your eyebrows. Yes. He loved being tickled, so I was tickling him one day. He let out a huge fart, and suddenly he started crying and screaming. I asked him why he's screaming, and he replies with, I was saving that for later. How and why would you save a fart? When my son was 4, he saw a commercial that said brushing alone is not enough to prevent cavities and tooth decay, so he made us start brushing our teeth with him. It's been 3 years. Nobody tell him. 4-year-old daughter is crying her eyes out. Me, what's wrong, Tutu? 4-year-old moved her hands on the sofa. If my fingers were markers, they would ruin the sofa. Me, but your fingers are not markers. 4-year-old, big distress.
I said if.
My 4-year-old son was brushing his teeth last night. I noticed he had drawn on the wall in the other room. I called his name and he yelled back, I didn't draw on the wall! All he did was say his name. Kids are terrible liars. In theory, I love my kids equally, but in practice, the smallest one filled my shoes with fig Newtons, and that's not fucking cool. One of my clearest memories of my grandfather is when he beat me in chess and I cried because I was a sore loser. And he said, okay, I'll play you left handed. And then I won. And it took me until like last week to realize he was a clown bastard. Toddler, Daddy, I want toast. Me, okay, buddy, here's some toast. Toddler, I don't like butter on my toast. Me, flips toast over to the dry side and hands it back. There you go, Toddler. Thanks, Daddy. Toddlers are dumb. Take advantage of it while you can. And last but not least, I used to think that aneurysm was just another word for headache, so I screamed, I'm having an aneurysm at the top of my lungs. The problem is that I had mistaken aneurysm for orgasm and ended up screaming, I'm having an orgasm as a 10-year-old when my family around. Anyway, subscribe for more content. Bye.